Hi, beautiful Aquarius. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Aquarius, before we start with your monthly read, I just want to say that I've started with a private reading. So if you're interested in that, if you want one for yourself, just read all about the information is in the description box down below. Aquarius. This is for the month of September. We're going to start with an undercurrent energy here, an overall energy for what's going on in September. And then we're going to get all the cards on a table and really get into the messages. And at the very end, we're going to ask the angels to come in to see if there's any additional messages that you need to hear for the month of September. Okay, Aquarius, what's going on? Wow. You get two cards. We have Dove, take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith. This is sort of looking for more peace in your life, looking for a more, this can be very, very specific for someone. Like it's a very, like a environmental cause, like you're looking more into environmental issues. To just bring more peace into the earth. But for like the general Aquarius, this is like where you can find more peace in your life and face your fears. This is basically like moving forward, discovery about oneself, like self-discovery. And even though we tend to discover certain things about ourselves, like to continue to move forward, to face our fears, to really meet them and push through them and keep moving on. So there's something about like seeking that more peaceful place within and then facing those fears as they come up. So I do understand why they came out together. Well, let's see. We're going to get, that's the foundational energy for the month of September. Why is this energy here for Aquarius, please? What do you want them to know? Wow. This last card just shot out there. So we're starting, let's see which order, this order. We're starting with the Page of Michael. An exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts and documents very thoroughly. So this is when like a situation in your life has ended, basically. You're starting to see the, if there's been a stagnant situation, if there's like been if you've come to sort of a standstill or some sort of, it doesn't have to be the worst thing in the world. Like it doesn't have to be that your whole life is crashing or like even one area is crashing in, but it can just be that it sort of doesn't move forward either. It's like a standstill. But this is when you start to see like the snow is starting to melt away. And page is all about turning that page. It's all about that base. It's all about new energy entering into your life and like the promise of a new message, the promise of new information. And then we have the Lovers. So for some of you guys, this might be due to a relationship. Obviously, if this is not a relationship for you, it's a general read. See where it fits like for you. If this is a job situation, like you felt like you were at a standstill in a job, or like you felt like you were a standstill in your body, or like whatever situation that is for you, Aquarius, where it feels like it doesn't really move forward. It's not the end of the world, but it doesn't move forward. It applies the same story. If it is a relationship, that can be that you're like, you haven't really known whether to move forward or to stay, to go deeper, to like, there's some, we need to make a decision around this relationship. And this is make choices from the heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. And it's a 6, so it is love and harmony there. And then we have 4 of Ariel, and 4 is also about the heart. When you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. And that money can also read as energy. So when you give, you also receive, being resistant to change, extremes. So whether this is a situation where, because it's not the end of the world, do you know what I mean? We tend to, when something hurts enough, when something goes deep enough, when we crash into the wall enough, that's when we typically change. And you know, you guys don't know who this person is. I will never name names, but you still wouldn't know who they are. And this person, because it's just too private, it's too personal. I've been doing one-on-ones with this person, and they just came to a point, like, not however much, but like she came to me in a scenario where it was like a really crucial moment for her. And not that the suggestion is like run into a wall and you'll be fine, but it's like when the feeling of what I'm trying to achieve here, what I'm trying to change, feels scarier, feels bigger, feels more of I have to overcome this thing. When that feels bigger than the situation that you're in, we tend to put it off. We tend to put it off, and we tend to put it like in front of ourselves. Like we're just pushing it further and further away. And if you get closer, you push it away. And in this case, like with her, I don't want to scare anyone, maybe just a little bit. She just completely crashed into this wall. And this wall was so tough and so hard that when you're in that scenario and that scenario becomes too hard and too tough and too scary, what she wanted to change then became easier, and therefore she changed. And so I don't want you guys to crash into a wall over something that's not particularly that big to begin with. But anything that's not particularly too big to begin with, we can make it too big eventually, because everything starts at a whisper level. Does that make sense? Everything starts at a whisper level. Everything. You know, it was another person that I was talking to, and she was like, I would have appreciated a lot if my spirit guides would have come in so much sooner and told me and told me about the situation. I was like, they did. They've been trying to tell you for so many times and for so long and through so many different ways of telling, but you're not listening. You're not wanting to receive that information, and so you push through, or you just don't hear, or you choose not to hear, whatever. But in that very situation where you feel an urgency and you all of a sudden sort of grasp for things, you start to like, okay, what I need to do here. They're there immediately again, as they have always been up until this point. But she felt like they had not been there and they had not whispered anything into her ear. No, that's the thing, it's a whisper, so you sort of have to listen. I know I'm coming across maybe a little bit tough here, but it's like, I'm trying to sort of say that the situation that you're in, the outpour is a little bit too big in relationship with the inpour. And if this is due to a relationship, or if this is due to a job, if this is due to you spending time, like you might have those friends where you're always the giver, and it's like, it might not be every friend you have, but you know those friends, or hopefully you don't. But you probably know of those friends, you heard about those people, that like you give and give and give and give, and it's such an imbalance in what you're getting. Your outpour is so imbalanced in comparison to what the inpour is, that it's not healthy. This is about building a new foundation for yourself around specifically love. And for a lot of you guys, even around like manifestations, like learning how to really manifest what you want in your life. And as long as there's too much of an outpour and too little of the receiving, that goes the same for manifestations. Do you follow me here? What does the too much giving in a relationship have to do with me not being able to manifest that thing? Everything, because you're the same being wherever you go. And if the outpour is too big, like just the way you breathe, like you breathe out and eventually you have to breathe in again, because you will die if you don't. Or if you breathe in and you hold your breath, if you don't breathe out, you're not getting oxygen to your body. And so there needs to be like a balance between the inpour and the outpour. And so simultaneously, you're trying to build a new foundation for yourself. Simultaneously, you're on this path where you need a really solid ground. Does that make sense? And we have Ace on Michael, which I love, because this is like, it's not a spin-off, but it's like, and I cannot remember right now which Michael card this is. Whether it's the 5 or the, I'm not gonna say because I'm not sure. So there's a Michael card where we sweep we sweep things under the rug. We sweep things under the rug, like you just don't talk about them. Yeah, I feel like something's probably off here a little bit, but it's not too big, so I'm just gonna just address it. Like why what is the expression? Why wake the bear that sleeps? Does that work in English? Väck inte den björn som sover. In Swedish, it's like, don't wake the bear that sleeps. Like, why rattle something that doesn't, nothing big is happening anyway. Like, we don't have to, well, if you don't address it, that's when it's going to get bigger. And if you don't address it, it's going to get bigger. And if you don't address it, you're finally crashing into a wall. When it started as a whisper level. So here, I'm so happy to see this, because it means that there's something, you don't sweep things under the rug yet. What? I did not mean to, you're not gonna, that was me slipping. That was like a Freudian slip there. Yet, what? You're not sweeping things under the rug anymore, any longer. There's something here, like you're just king of the world. You're claiming, it's almost like maybe this is a little bit of a pep talk. Maybe this is a little bit of a pep talk here today, that you just need a little pep talk so that you sort of address your issues. Because you're I don't know what's up with the words. I'm saying the complete opposite of what I mean. Are you doing that? What is going on with there? Yet, when it's, anyway. It feels like it's a pep talk because you're still at whisper level. And that makes sense now, right? You know what I mean by whisper level. This is not as big as, you're just really, really on a comfortable plane. And you deciding, claiming to the world, being king of the world, I'm going to claim this to the world. I'm going to speak it out loud. That you don't brush things off like that was nothing, or you don't sweep things under the rug anymore. You actually claim it. You state it to the world. He also clarifies, why is that here for Aquarius, please? I'm almost seeing Raphael, like, wait. Why is this here for Aquarius, please? Solitude. I'm going to get into that in a moment. I'm seeing here Raphael, the angel standing in the back there, going, what do you want? I don't know. Aquarius is like, I don't know. And then Raphael's like, just decide. What do you want? I'm right here. I can help you. There's guidance left and right. There's guidance, but like you have to tell me what you want. You're doing a good job though, Aquarius. I have to say, whatever have been. We just had the full moon in, not just, but we had the full moon in Aquarius as well. So the anything that's been hidden, like if you think of the moon and the moon card, like anything that's hidden or anything that's like is waiting to come up to the surface. And it's a full moon, so it's a fruition based moon. It's like something has come full circle. It's like we're ready to collect the fruits here. And it's in Aquarius, so it's in your sign, whether you're a sun or moon or whatever. There's something coming to the surface, and it's like you do not any longer actually push it down. You actually allow that to come up. So I give kudos to you, like you're on the right path here, Aquarius. We are having the solitude card, and I'm going to actually read out of the book. Number 9. Stop. Your soul is calling out and needs to be honored and heard. The answers you seek aren't necessarily found in the outer world. The time has come for you to step back and withdraw from outside commotion. The solitude card is a reminder of how important it is to pause, be still the mind, meditate, reflect, reevaluate, and discover the wisdom and answers within the very soul of your being. When you become more aware of your soul and heart, and you strengthen the link to the divine source, and you're able to once again remember your true perfection. Meet your soul halfway and schedule some alone time to commune with your soul, and also give the power of spirit the opportunity to reinvigorate, yes, you with life force and vitality. Conserve your energy and deal with one thing at a time as you follow the prompts from within. When it comes to moments of quiet inner solitude, it really isn't about quantity, it's the quality that counts. The soul constantly draws to itself what it needs in order to learn and grow. For example, during this period, someone may step into your life, and by sharing his or her own experience, you may receive helpful insight and wisdom into your own. And the traditional card of this is the Hermit. So there is something like, okay, there's something here about if this is a relationship, you're wondering like where am I going in this relationship? What am I doing here? If this is a job, or if this is like it's just overall your life. You're sitting here in the corner. You're in the solitude corner, in the hermit of your own home, hermit place spot. And you wonder like where am I going? What am I doing? The answer you are looking for is not out there. The answer, I mean, we had that there might be a person sharing their story, and therefore it is helpful to you. You might be listening like to this right now, and that might be helpful to you. But just overall, it's just a feeling like if you're in a situation with a partner, if you're in a relationship situation, and you don't really know where to go, the feeling here is not have a conversation with them about where to go. The feeling here is about going inwards and searching for that answer. If you are in a job situation where you just don't know whether to stay there or move on, should you just resign altogether, like give your 2 weeks notice and that's that? Or that is not the time to go converse with some like the boss of the company or some other employee or whatever. Maybe later on down the line, but this is like when you need to regroup and like just go inwards and just spend quiet time with yourself, whether it's in meditation or out in nature or or it's just stillness around you. Preferably, if you go out on a walk in nature, leave your phone home. Just leave your phone. Or if you're going to meditation, shut the phone off. Shut the front door. It's like, yeah, you just need a quiet moment right now to find those answers, and you just don't find them out here right now. You find them in here. And if you occasionally feel coming across someone that's sharing their story that helps you, good. But you know the feeling here. Like, it's not overall, like, you don't search for the answer. You don't get the answers and receive them from the outside right now. You're called into stillness about this situation. Can the angels add something to this situation, please? Is there anything else you want to tell Aquarius? We have Athena. We have Yvonne. I almost never get her. She looks like she has a little bit of a peacock cape. A peacock cape on. I would like one of those. She looks like she has a peacock cape, which is about resurrection and awakening and finding yourself. It can also be a little bit about your soulmate, Yvonne. And a little kitten. You have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by angels. It's a very special message for someone. And then we have Caressa. Sitting on a very tropical, like, it looks like palm trees, with the dolphins playing. You are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. So you're at the end of a cycle, and we obviously already saw that. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. I love Caressa. It's like you can be caressed. You're being caressed by the angels. And then we have Athena. It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. It is safe, Aquarius, for you to be powerful. And that can also be that you might be bigger than, you're bigger than Gap. You're bigger than the Gap. What is that movie? Crazy Stupid Love with Steve Carell and Ryan Gosling. If you haven't seen it, it's freaking funny. You're bigger than the Gap. I'm just looking crazy if you haven't seen it. Okay. And the Gap, and if you don't know that, in Swedish audience, the Gap is it's a clothing line store. The Gap is selling clothes. Anyway, you're bigger than the Gap. This can be that you're bigger than your surroundings. Like, you might be more powerful. You might be further along. You might be more expanded, more wise, more aware than your surrounding. Whether that is in friendship circles, whether that is in a romantic partnership, whether that is in a job situation, and to like not dim your light to fit in, to make everyone else comfortable because they sort of can't really shine at your level. Just shine your beautiful shine, Aquarius, and have other people come up to that level or even vibrate themselves out of your life so that other people being more on your level can come in. It is exhausting to dim your light. I've tried it. It doesn't work. And you know that as well, Aquarius. You know that. So just be your beautiful self. Be your powerful self. It is safe. It's also safe. I love that. It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. That's what I have for you for the month of September. I hope that was uplifting and inspirational. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you're interested in a private reading, read all about the information in the description box down below. Please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you a thing. It really helps the channel though, and give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, Aquarius.